Good morning. This is Wednesday, November 5th. Oh, brother's birthday. Hold on. I was going to send this uh, off air, but we might as well. Oh, it's recording. Hold on. We might as well all wish my brother a happy birthday. It's my younger brother. Of course. Happy birthday, douchebag. You're adopted. You're lucky. There. Brotherly love. Okay. Sent. It's a younger brother who is in Tasmania. Probably on a ship now. He goes between Antarctica and Tasmania. Very this morning. Okay. One of these days is not like the other. So I did the end and relist 10,000 items yesterday, and yesterday ended with 335, and I'm off to 92 this morning. So let's get going. It's going to be a half hour, so if you want to just stop watching, and if I'm a mush mouth or I'm too low, just give that thumbs down and bugger off. So anyway, let's get going. So I did, the 10,000 end-to-end relist. And if I said end-to-end relist or end-to-end sell similar yesterday, I apologize. Nice throat gurgle. I don't know if my low microphone picked that throat gurgle up. Here we go. AD 30, I should have learned. AD 30 and 31. And I just saw this card. I wonder if I passed it up already. So my discount sale on the German Grußas cards and other World War I cards ended. So this week I need to go through and purge those ones that did not sell. And they're going to go to my guy Dave. So I got to do that. I'm going to be working in both AV, AX, and AW. A lot of those were cards that were initially listed 5 or 6 months ago, and were part of the end and relist yesterday. It's all upside down. And that's when I was speed listing cards from Maine and Massachusetts. Oh my God, now they're back the other way. Now they're back the other way. And like every other card is either backwards. What the hell? And gotta be shitting me. I don't remember that being that way. Probably the same people who used to visit my antique mall booth. Sorry, I mumbled over my words there. Would come in. I swear they would come in and just take a handful of cards and flip them every which way and backwards, and then put them in a different area of my books. Why? Got a shadow. Where's that shadow coming from? Isn't that weird? I don't remember that shadow being there recently. Sorry, I'm all over the place. That's how my mind works. Yeah, someone made a comment. Just unnecessary. Unnecessary. So, anyway. Sorry, dude, I forgot where I was at. Because the Thanksgiving Day card threw my thinking off. Oh, yeah, so the Maine and Massachusetts, they had been listed for about 6 months. And so they got they got ended and relisted yesterday, and I put them on. So I listed them high for Maine, and a speed listing. I just went through. Every card was $9.95 or $11.95 or $14.95, whatever. I just, without any research, I just listed them. And oh, I pulled this one already. So after 6 months, I got relisted and then relisted, and I sent out 33% off offers. I actually sold a decent amount. So sold several Thanksgiving Day cards. These are always good with Uncle Sam. And a turkey. I got the right one. I have 2 of these. So I did ride the Vyvanse, not really a high, but I did ride the Vyvanse Focus, and went through and combined it did. AH box. This is actually 2 boxes now into about 3/4 of a box. So I took out the ones that I had, like 100 copies of, and put them in another box on another shelf, and just put AH backstock. Still kept the amount listed on eBay as whatever the original quantity was. So I was able to free up, like AS is empty. It has AS17, which I just listed. So that's room for another 1,000 postcards, 1,100 postcards right there. And I hope to get those filled. So AX, but yeah, anyway, I'm going to have a lot of AX, AV, AW, probably AYs also, because that's where all those fast listed cards were. But under the original AH box, I found like 8 or 9 cards that either were, I think they were listed, all but maybe 1 or 2, but they were no longer listed. And yeah, I don't know what happened, unless those got mixed up when I did that end and sell similar and end and relist test. And I had lost, let's just keep this out. I had lost some listings, but I don't know where, I don't know. I don't know where they went. So I have a scanner, a second scanner here, and I just went through and scanned and relisted the cards. Probably a smarter idea. See all the AVs, AKs, AWs. Hold on, let me pause. We don't need 100. We don't need a half-hour video. I've never done a full accounting of my cards. So I'm sure there's cards up in the upper boxes that were original from 12, 15 years ago. I'm sure there are cards in there that when I was doing listing, just for whatever reason, just never got listed, skipping over a card or something like that. But I've never have done a full accounting of those cards. And I don't know if I ever will. It took me an hour and a half yesterday to go through those 2 boxes, scan and relist or list, whichever the case may be, those cards that were not in eBay. And then the AS box, I renamed those. Had to edit those and make them into AH from AS. So I had to edit the title for those. But yeah, it took an hour and a half for 2 boxes. But never have ever done a full accounting. And I tried once years ago and quit almost immediately. My thinking was that, I don't know how many cards are actually missing, but the time it would take me to go through those boxes, how much, say if I go through and I find 4 cards that were not listed, how much are those cards worth versus the amount of time I took to do the inventory. Excuse me, got like throat gurgles going on. Thankfully, I have a shitty microphone. And versus, how many cards I could get listed in that exact same time. So I didn't do it. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent. 33. So, all I got to say about that. Which isn't, I told you that, the thumbnail says a half an hour of rambling. I thought about going live, but that, I usually try to mute that. But you don't want to listen to that all the time. I don't know what it is. Probably should go to the doctor. There that is. Ooh, that feels a little soft on the side. Hopefully it's not starting to delaminate. No, it's just thin paper. I don't list, at least I try not to, the cards that when they get damp, they start delaminating. It's usually 3 layers to a postcard. And they get damp, you got the top layer and then some, almost like a stiffener, and then the back layer. And you can tell as soon as you pick it up, it's like a wet noodle. And then you can tell that it's going to be delaminated. And I don't sell those. Those will go into, even if it's a beautiful card, I try not to sell those. Have some slip through? Yes, I'm sure they have. But I don't like going to a dealer's box. That might be a sleeve. That might have to go in a hard mailer. And does it? It sure does. But I hate going through dealer stock. And they're delaminated. I don't like that. I don't have any sleeve, hard top loaders. I actually like these side loaders because it's stiff, more stiffy on the side or on the top or bottom, and it just has the side opening. I actually prefer these. Just gives a little bit more stability and turgidity. I don't know. Turgid. Word of the day. Turgid. And then I can put a continental size over top to add a little bit more protection. A33. So anyway, I think it was a pretty successful end and relist. Back when I only had 13 to 17,000 cards listed, and I would do an end and relist Something just fell. I have no idea what that was. That was weird. But back when I only had 13 to 17,000 postcard listings, and I would do an end and relist back then, that first day, and I would do the whole store then. And that first day, I would get sales into $1,000 to $1,500 on the first day, first full day. And then you could pretty much see that the next day would be about half and then half. And usually around that fourth or fifth day, it would even out to what my sales were before the end and relist. I did 10,000. I don't know what the listed value was. Yeah, that's it. But $330 some yesterday, and so far up to 90. Definitely far off what it used to be. Of course, back then there was only 3 or 4 million postcards listed. Maybe, I don't know when they started doing end and relist. I don't know. But there weren't the glutton flooded market of shitty low value cards put up by those mega listers who they don't know shit about postcards. You know what I'm talking about. You go ahead and thumbs down me. I don't care, because you're doing a disservice to the postcard market, in my opinion. In a way, I got positive thoughts about it too. The race to the bottom of people who don't know postcards. And the members video is just always chock full of prime examples when I do a deep dive into cards. And, I see a card that, and when I'm comping cards, I see a card, it sold for $3, and it's actually like a $50 or $60 card. If people would just learn about postcards, they could make a lot more money. And eBay, what's going to happen is they're going to be, I don't know, what are we up to, 13 or 15 million postcards? Something like that. I haven't checked in a while. But we're going to have 20, 30 million postcards, and it's going to just get more glutted. No. What's the word I'm looking for? Cluttered. And, I don't know if people are going to stop looking for cards because it's just going to be too hard to find what they want. And then that's where the pay-to-play come in. But I'm not going to promote a $3 card at 15%. It's not going to do it. Told you I can just ramble. I can ramble, and not make any sense. Where's this card? Bronxville, New York. But I have a feeling those mass listers are, I don't know if they'll get eventually frustrated, because someone I know keeps track of sales, those mass listers, and they'll have a store of 50,000, and yeah, they're going to get that initial. Who knows how long it takes them to list? Maybe it only takes them, a month to get all those listed. And so that for that first month, yeah, they're going to get the initial sales on those cards, and they may sell 100, 200, 300 in that first month. But then as those months go by, those stores with like 50,000, they sell like one card a day. Something like that. But then again, I guess they what is it? If you get a premium store for 60 or whatever it is, $60 a month, I guess as long as you make that nut every month, shit can stay listed forever. But so that's why you have to, I don't want that one yet, sell better stuff at a fair or reasonable comped price. I don't know if that makes sense. And I'll go to antique malls, and I'll go to postcard shows, and I will cherry pick cards that I think are expensive. I'm sure none of that makes sense. To me, it makes sense, kinda, or it might not. I don't know what I'm talking about. Guess the first one of these I sold. Here's a nice sale. AW5. I'll talk about this one in the members video. I didn't get any. Oh, I'm sorry. I did get listing done yesterday. I got those last 41, 42 cards from that I picked up at the Allentown Paper Show. One just sold. Actually, more than one just sold. I believe I've already gotten my money back. Pretty damn close. I mean, I spent about $2,000, but that was on a whole bunch of bulk cards. But I think I've already gotten my money back for like the single cards that I bought. Yeah, it's a nice sale there. So I got those 41 cards listed yesterday. And well, in 6-bit, I love 6-bit. I need to do a video on 6-bit. My 6-bit, I said I only had 2,800 listings, and I have almost 44,000. And that had happened before, where 6-bit doesn't mesh with the actual numbers running on eBay. And okay, that goes with that guy. And I contacted Whatnot support, which is great, before, but okay, how can I fix this? The two numbers don't mesh. And they told me how to do it, and I tried that, and it wouldn't clear whatever error there was. So let me stay in this box real quick. I'll come back to that thought eventually. So after their fix, or whatever they told me to do, I did, and it didn't work. I had to import from eBay. I don't know why it wasn't syncing, but I had to import from eBay, and I started yesterday at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and it finished right when I got to my computer this morning at about 7 o'clock. The last little thing was just finishing up, and so my running listings in eBay and 6-bit are identical. It took 12 hours to do it or something like that, or longer. Okay, I have another airplane card. Note right there. Oh, AN1. Thanksgiving. So today I gotta prepare for Paperpalooza. That's the first thing on my thing to do today. All right. See, that's not right. Looks the same, doesn't it? It's not the same. So that'll take me a couple hours today to get that listed. I got all my stuff to the bookkeeper. There it is. So that's taken care of for another month. And what else? Oh, these ones I've already pulled. Boy, I got a lot pulled already. That one. And then that one. But once I get 230, once I get the Paperpalooza lots up, and that shouldn't take too long because I'm just going to weigh out pound lots of topic cards. Probably for an hour show, I'll have 21 pounds. Probably get through 17 to 20 lots. I'll probably have 21 lots or 22 lots. Might run some smaller ones. But that won't take me too long to do, but then I'm going to keep listing. I bought these cards again. It's I do this on my tabs. Bought these 3 years ago at York, paid $1 each. And I sorted the cards I bought at the Have It a Grace show. Those are sorted, and I wanted to run them through the scanner last night, but I worked pretty hard yesterday, so I played my game. If anybody's on here who plays Hell Let Loose, let me know. I'm just curious. I love that game. I played that for a couple hours last night. Hell Let Loose is a World War II shooter game. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. But I don't know if there's too many. I'm 50, coming on up on 57. I just turned 57. Yeah, 57. And it's like a lot of 20-somethings, and they're, talking about 20-something things, and, every once in a while I mention that I'm old and retired, and how old are you? You sound like you're in your 30s. And tell them, and I don't know, it's just fun. It's fun. I suck at it. I've been playing for on and off for 5 or 6 years, and I kind of still suck at it. But every once in a while I have a good game, but it's fun. But I'm just curious if anybody else plays that. Looks like we had some more. Oh, nice. Those are up. Did I bring those down? They're upstairs, I think. But I got some more packing to do. Some nice sales just came in. Just a lot of these were just listed within the last couple days. But so anyway, I'll have it's probably about 150 cards from the Have It a Grace show that I sorted, and like I said, I was going to scan but didn't. So I'll scan those today after I get the Paperpalooza lots up, and hopefully get 200 cards. They're all going to need research because they're cherry picked. So it'll take me those will probably take 50 cards will probably take me a couple hours because I have to do comps on them. But yeah, you list, you sell. A wise person said that once. You list, you sell. I'll have to see what my total for yesterday. I'm sorry, this morning. It's got to be almost $200. 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. almost 9 o'clock in the morning. We gotta do a little bit of refunding on that one. AA32. Oh, that's what fell. It was my my little sticker, my box label. AA32. Says the Philippines. So anyway, I hope you get those listed today. We're at half an hour. I haven't gone live in so long. I used the StreamYard. I always forget how to do it. And I think going live on YouTube, I don't know. It's been a year. Speaking of lives, I don't know what's two things with lives. I don't know what's going on with the whatnot shows not showing up on my live. I don't know what's going on with that, unless it just takes a couple days to show up. But I had 3 interviews that I did. One with Mike Blood, who has been on eBay. He hasn't been on selling on eBay as long as I have. But I did it, but I think his feedback's damn near 1 million or close to it or something like that. Already sold 1 million cards. I made that interview live again. I had put it under the membership, but I decided to make that one live for everybody to watch. And the interview with Mary L. Martin, who is the undisputed world champion of postcard in the postcard world, in the narco conspiracy laden world of postcards. She is El Capitan, or whatever you want to call him, El Chapo. I'd say it with every amount of respect. And then I did I made live the interview with Matthew Kirst, the Halloween postcard guy. Those are live again. So, anywho, almost done here. Almost done. Let me know if you stuck with me. I'm always curious who's a glutton for 33 minutes of auditory torture. Always curious. I know some people do. I was watching some morning show yesterday, and it's just 4 people just going about their morning listing or packing. I don't know. If I did that, would anybody want to join in? But again, I don't want to get into hours upon hours of a morning show. I got too much shit to do throughout the day. Anywho, that's it. Oh, I'm just curious what we ended up with so far this morning. I think it is $200. Overview. 34 minutes, 34 orders, $282 so far. Some of that got to go back for shipping refunds. So off to a good start. I almost said end and sell similar. Don't do it. So anyway, you all have a great day. Thanks for sticking with me, if you did stick with me, and we'll see you tomorrow.